Hello. 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 Mm-mm. Hello. Hello. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Wave at me when you come in the room. Say hi when you come in the room. Yay. Come on through. I'm so happy y'all are jumping on quick today. But you know I have to give a little time for my girls to get here. This whole schedule with the COVID-19, oh my God, oh my God. Hey, beautiful, back at you, Gretchen. Hi, Megan. Hi, Auntie Linda. Hi, Aunt Joe. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm here by myself today. I don't have a co-host today. She was sitting out on the deck, and I was like, "Have you had your lunch? Because you need to go downstairs." Hi, Auntie Zella. Happy birthday. I hope her birthday was yesterday. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lori. Yes, y'all just jumping on here really quick. So how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing in this whole quarantine? Our quarantine in Washington was extended. Yeah. Oh man. It was extended to May 31st. I mean, it's just but it's all right. I see some people throwing up some hearts. I'm loving you back. Aunt Joe, I'm loving you back. Auntie Linda, I'm loving you back. I'm happy y'all are here today. And Zella, I'm loving you back. I'm so glad that y'all are here today, that y'all have jumped on, that you want to be a part of Swag. Some of you've been a part of Swag all your life and you didn't even know it. Yes, you were becoming strong women achieving greatness. Just like I love that Michelle Obama's book is titled Becoming, which lets you know that she's not done. Her story's not done. She's still, you could read the last page, the last chapter, all this stuff. Oh my goodness, my heart goes out to you, Nikki. I'll finish my thought here in just a second, but I just want to say hi to my friend Nikki and thank her for jumping on. She recently suffered the loss of someone she loves very dearly. And I just want to say, Nikki, right now, while you are watching, that I love you. And I'm praying that the peace of God would be present in your life and that He would comfort you during this time. And that you would know that He has got you in the palm of His hand. And right now, life is looking really, really shaky. And there are some decisions that you're having to make. In a moment of uncertainty, and I'm here to let you know that I've been thinking about you and I'm praying for you, that you will be able to be strong, and it's okay to cry and mourn and all that good stuff. Grief does not have a time on it. So whatever you feel like you need to do, I love you. I love you, Nikki. I'm so glad y'all are jumping on. Just to quickly finish my thought about Michelle Obama's book called Becoming. The title of her book is Becoming. Hi, Kim. And that becoming is a process. It's an ongoing thing. Yeah. So I'm happy you guys are here. Where are you watching from? Where are y'all watching from? Hi, Weston. That's my dude right there. Yes. Where are y'all watching from? Let me know. Shout it out. Tell me. Because I want to know where you're at. Where are you at? I'm here in my living room next to my fireplace. That's not going. However, in the winter, oh my goodness, Jerry makes an amazing fire. Niecy, what's up, my Niecy? Yes. Niecy's watching from Spokane. I thought you was going to be going to get me some snacks and things. How you watching? How are you watching? You supposed to be going to get me some snacks. Oh, you're in the car on your way to get me some snack. Okay. I love you too, Aunt Joe. Zella says Virginia. Yes, Virginia's in the house. My Aunt Zella way in Virginia. Kim, hey, how you doing? She's watching from Sikeston, Missouri. Missouri is in the house. Look at y'all. We just all over the country. Hi, Trina. Yes. I hope Aunt Wilma is with you. Is Aunt Wilma with you, Trina? That's my question. You can respond back. That's what I want to hear. Yes, that we are watching from all over the country. Duval in Western Washington is where Gretchen is watching from. Yay, Gretchen, I'm so glad you're here. Y'all know how I do. I give a few minutes for people to just come on in the room, kind of get settled in. Yes, hi Auntie Gloria. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad y'all are all here today. There's so much happening. Oh my God. There's so much happening. Things that I want to connect with you guys about and share with you guys about. But of course, I'm giving my girls like a minute or two to jump on. How about we give ourselves some quarantine points? You want to give yourself some quarantine points? Have you thanked yourself today for showing up? Getting here? Yes. St. Louis in the house at Glow. Yes. Hi, Melissa. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen you in so long. Woo. Yes. St. Louis is in the house. We're all over the country. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. I'm happy that y'all are here. I'm happy that you're with me today. I'm going to be doing some really, like talking some one-on-one stuff today, really engaging you all. I want you to be part of this conversation. Yes, Melissa said, I'm finally getting a chance to jump on here. I'm glad you got that chance. She's a mom of 4 children, and so she's busy. She's busy. I got 2. Tell me how many children you have in the comments. Tell me how many kids you got. I have 2, and I think that's quite enough for me. That's enough. I have 2. 2 and through. Hi, Nisha. How are you doing? Yeah, 2 and through. That was enough for me. But I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. Got so many good things happening as y'all are jumping on and whatever. Oh my gosh, my sister is here. Ah! I love you, Jamaica. Thank you for jumping on and watching today. Yes. Oh, Megan. Let's say a quick prayer for Megan. She has 5 kids, y'all. 5, Jesus. Yes. 5. Wow. Oh, wow. Nisi forward no more. Exactly, girl. Boom, boom. Joella, she has 1. Oh, yeah. My cousin Tanya. Well, she has 2. Marcia, who is no longer with us in this physical realm, but she's always with us in spirit. I'm glad that Marcia's still around. Yes. Auntie Linda got 4 grown. Oh, Aunt Glow got 3. Yeah. Ooh. Well, you know what? Yeah. 4 no more. That's I was like 2 and no more. I know that don't really rhyme, but hey, maybe I'm like 2 and through. 2 and through. That was me. I was done with 2. All right. I've waited long enough. I want to jump right into this. So, first things first. I want to say thank you for your support of Swag. So many of you have, over the past couple of weeks, have been more active in regards to how you're watching Swag and connecting with Swag and how you're sharing Swag. For that, I want to say thank you. Please continue to do that because Swag is gaining some national and global recognition and support. So, what does that mean? What does that look like? What does it mean for you to support swag, or for you to support us either monetarily, or if you are supporting through your presence? I will say to you, your presence is the greatest support that swag can have. And this is why. It's because it is a mentoring program. So the young ladies, the swag participants who are a part of this group, they need to be able to see other women who are doing it, who are successful, other women who are mothers who are doing it, who are successful. They need to be able to see that. So your presence is amazing. When you are commenting on things that I post in regards to swag, your comments get read by other people, participants, and young ladies are reading your comments, and they're looking at you and they're saying, well, if she feels like that, or if she thinks this is a good thing, it must be a good thing. So in our community, in the community of Spokane, of course, you guys have already seen that there's been articles written about swag. I was on TV, all this stuff. I will be honest with you and tell you that is not what matters to me. What matters to me is coming right here. This is what matters to me. I always, 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 always want to have this platform where I'm connecting with you and you can connect with me. I don't ever want to position myself in a place where you can't touch me. I know MC Hammer was like, can't touch it. Hey, hey. I don't want to be in the position where I make myself untouchable. I have been very intentional about that, even in how I communicate with my swag girls and how they have access to me. You know, things don't always happen between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Things happen at night, and you need somebody that you can connect with. Now, that may not always be me that you're connecting with. That's why I need y'all. I need this swag community. Swag is a community of women. I like to call this the village. We are the village. There have been mothers and women that have approached me, and they've been asking questions and saying things like, I'm looking for the village. Where's the village? They always say it takes a village to raise a child. Where's the village? And I want to let them know that the village is here. Come on, village, stand up, stand up. Stand up and let them know you're here, that we're here to support, and that they don't have to walk through this thing alone. No one has to be alone in this. Especially people like Megan that's got 5 kids. No one has to be alone in this. So we need to hold each other's hands and walk through this thing together. That's important. That's important. I really wanted to take a moment to talk about that, because a lot of people are reaching out in regards to, how can I be a part of swag? How can I do it? How can I help? How can I do? Because they see the value in this program and how needed it is for our young ladies to be able to have somebody to walk with them, not sit on the sidelines and be like, yeah, go over there and do that. Blah, 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 blah. No, somebody walking with them. So that's what swag in through this mentoring program, and we connect them to women who are doing things that they want to do. The woman who took my picture for the newspaper, we had such an amazing exchange. She was like, she was there taking my picture, whatever. And that's not the first time my swag has been in the paper. I've been in paper or articles or stuff like that. But this was the first time I had a female photographer. So that was one of the reasons why, my picture looks so good up in there. Because, I told her, I was like, look, I want to look like this, So she made sure she got the right light and all that good stuff. But in talking with her, she explained to me that she now lives in the Pacific Northwest, but she's not originally from here. She's from Pennsylvania. And she was one of the first female photographers in at the newspaper where she was working. And she began to tell me her story and how she didn't take the usual academic route. You know, we push and push and push and push. Y'all need to go to college. Y'all need to go to college. Y'all need to go to college. Hey, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you, college ain't for everybody. College is not for everyone. There are other routes that can be taken to get to the place of success that you desire. So being able to connect these young ladies with someone like her who can say, look, this is what I did and this is what worked for me. Now, because I am an educator and because I believe and I value education, I do promote the route of college. And the reason why is because that little piece of paper validates you in a way that makes other people and organizations stand up and recognize your efforts in becoming whatever it is you decided to become. That's one of the only reasons why I'm like, yeah, college, you know, because, you know, I know people that are doing things right now and it is really just their lives lived have led them to that space. So yeah, college is great. All that good stuff. I am currently looking on here. Oh, I see y'all just jumping on. I see you. And saying, I want to jump into what's trending. What's trending? So today, this whole entire time that I am with you today, we are going to be talking, like our main focus of talk is going to be about identity, resting thoughts, identity, resting thoughts. Now, as I told you guys before, this is not a Bible study. This is not a Bible study. However, for me, the Bible is a source that I pull inspiration from, and that leads me into some really important things and whatever in my life. I use the Bible. So I want to start with what's trending. So most of you may or may not know of an influencer by the name of Rachel Hollis. Rachel Hollis. Give me a thumbs up if you know who Rachel Hollis is. She wrote the book Girl Wash Your Face. And she's also written, you know, several other books. Hi, Jay. Thank you for being here. And Mona. So what's trending? When I saw, because I've read Rachel Hollis's book, Girl Wash Your Face, and I thought it was a really good book. Rachel Hollis was in the news. She was trending because Twitter she was being dragged. She was being dragged in Twitter, and the Twitter world was just lit. It was lit up. The Twitter world was lit. And the reason why is because there was a post that had been made, or a tweet that was made by Rachel Hollis. It was on her page. And it said, still ... I rise. How many of you know Still I Rise? The source of those words. Like what comes to your mind? What's one of the main connections in your mind of Still I Rise? Oh, if you don't know, let me tell you. Maya Angelou. Yes. Okay, so the reason why Twitter was dragging her is because she posted that without citing that it was Maya Angelou. It was just Still ... I Rise. And there was no, she didn't cite it. So I was looking at this and reading and following up. Well, Rachel, she came back and she made an apology. She apologized for that. She said that in her apology, she led with her social media team posted this. And she said that she should have been more accountable and looked at what they had posted and all this stuff. So I'm gonna throw some questions out there to you in a second. I'm just trying to fill you in on what's trending if you haven't seen this story or if you have not read anything about it. So she was very apologetic, and she also went even further to say, I especially want to apologize to the African American community because I know that this is something that has happened to them. Culturally, this is something that has happened in the African American community where white people have taken um, materials and things and ideas and whatever that were originally from other cultures, and then they have become the benefactors of those things. So that her apology even went to that level. She didn't just say, I'm sorry. She went like, I know why y'all are mad. Well, there were not just black people, but white women were on social media dragging her, saying, that's not okay. You could have just, done a little correction, an edit to your tweet and, gave the credit, or you could have done this, you could have done that. Everybody had ideas about what Rachel could have done. So I want to hear from you in regards to, what do you think Rachel could have done? What could she have done to make this thing go a little differently than it went? It was not good, y'all. I felt kind of bad for her, but then I was like, why didn't you just go back and edit? Because I know I posted stuff before and I went back and just edited to make it say what I really wanted it to say. Which is, so let me hear from you. What do you think Rachel could have done? Or do you think that her apology was enough? Was her apology enough? Was that enough for her to just be like, I'm sorry, this, and this, and boom, one of the things that when I was reading her apology that kind of stood out to me was she didn't start with self-accountability. Like she didn't start the apology saying, being accountable for what had happened. She started the apology with, my social media team posted this, and because they posted it, now I'm dealing. It was kind of like that, and I was like, you know what? Maybe she could have led with, I take full responsibility for this tweet that appeared on my page, or something. I don't know. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? What do you think? Jessica is here. Yay! Thank you for being here, because I need to say something. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think she could have said? Do you think what she said and did was okay? If you think what she said and did was okay, give me a thumbs up. Let me see. You think that her apology was adequate enough? That was enough. So one of the things that we have with social media is we have this cancel culture. Like there's no room. There's no space for grace. If you make a mistake, and you could have made it years ago, you could have said something, on Twitter years ago. But if it's posted up somewhere, people can see it and be like, oh my God, and you get canceled like that, I know that I've done things that I have asked forgiveness for and how I've been forgiven for. People have done things to me that I've forgiven them for. it's just this cancel culture that we're living in. How do y'all feel about this? Like, you can't make a mistake, or people are coming for you. Like, they really coming for you. It's like done. Like, you know. How do you guys feel about that? Cancel culture. Like, you can't say or post anything, and sometimes that stupid autocorrect have you saying stuff you never meant to say. That autocorrect will have you saying crazy stuff, and then you be like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't mean to say it like that, or whatever. And hi, Corrine, I'm glad you're here. So what do you guys think about that? I want to hear back from you. Like, we got this cancel culture that's going on. How do we deal with that? For me, being that swag is strong women achieving greatness, it is about lifting women up. That's what it's about. It's about lifting each other up. So if someone does make a mistake, there is a space for grace. There is also a graceful exit for them, whether it's out of your life or whatever it might be. You also allow for a graceful exit for them to be like gone. So this cancel culture, something that we've dealt with, especially in regards to social media. I know that I've forgiven people for stuff that they said to me or done to me, but I can tell you this: forgiveness does not mean physical reconciliation. It doesn't mean that I have to be like buddy and, oh, we're going out to eat together, we're going to the movies, we're going to hang out at the mall. No, it just means that I have released you from bothering me any further. I'm not thinking about you. What you're doing in your life is not going to stop me from moving forward. I forgive you. Yes. And I also hold on to this, that forgiveness is letting go of the hope that the past could ever be different. Done. I'm letting it go. I'm releasing it. It ain't going to be different. I can't change it. You did it. I did it. Whatever. We can't change that. So forgiveness is also that. So letting go of that. But with cancel culture, it's like, you done. You just done. Go, here's a chair. Go have several seats. I just don't know how we can move beyond that. Move beyond that into a space where we are allowing, people to gracefully make the mistakes that they need to make so that they can learn how to become better. So just dealing with that. Yeah. Thinking about that. It's been rolling around in my head, y'all. Sometimes you have something to stick with you. That was one of the things that stuck with me. All right. We're going to jump into the meat of this little time together. And that is identity. Identity, resting thoughts. I'm gonna turn a little bit because I want to talk right to y'all in regards to this. There were some things that started playing. I started replaying in my head, and they were actually starting to keep me up at night, and I was like, no, let that go. So with identity, being able to identify something is to know what characteristics make it what it is or who it is. So what characteristics come together to make that what it is? That's identity. So with identity and resting thoughts, like I told you all before, that the Bible is a source for me. So I went to this source and I began to think about Jacob, and how Jacob took a stone for a pillow. And we don't necessarily associate a stone with rest. My pillow in my bed is soft. As a matter of fact, I have 3 pillows and they're soft. If it was hard like a stone, I probably wouldn't make it in my room. I don't like a hard pillow because it is not comfortable. It's not comfortable. Not to me. And especially a place to lay my head. Okay? So I'm gonna tell you where I went with this. And Jacob took a stone for a pillow, right? Okay? For some of you who are on right now and you're like, who the heck is Jacob? Jacob is a man in a Bible story, and his life started with deception. And so we see his mom helped him deceive his father so that he could obtain a birthright. So you see all of this is coming into play in the life of Jacob. And his twin brother Esau, the birthright was supposed to be his. But because Jacob, he's a little trickster with his mama, she helped him deceive his father, so he ends up getting the birthright. Well, after all this happened, Esau was like, dude, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Why you do that? I got stuff I was going to do with that money. I got stuff I was going to do, I'm coming for you, Jacob. Esau was saying this, so Jacob was on the run. He was on the run. And I was thinking about a lot of times in our lives, the things that have happened to us we're on the run. We're on the run from those thoughts. We don't want to think about that anymore. We don't want to think about how those people hurt us, or the things that we did ourselves. Maybe we was Jacob. Maybe we was the one tricking folks. Maybe we was the ones that was, saying stuff that wasn't true and all kinds of stuff. That has happened. And so today, in our dealing with identity, I want to talk about that, because identity and resting thoughts, those resting thoughts, it's what you are able to think about before you go to sleep. And you are able to sleep. Your thoughts do not keep you awake. Your condemning thoughts about yourself, your condemning thoughts about other people do not keep you awake. You are having REM sleep, because Jacob dreamed. He was so asleep, the dude was dreaming. You are able to enter into that place. So resting thoughts. So in dealing with identity, I did write some stuff down just because stuff was coming to me so fast. But he took a stone for a pillow, and he had been running so long from his brother. He was exhausted. He was exhausted from running so long, so much and so long. Some of us have been running for so long. We're tired. We're tired, and we're not successful. We're not doing the things we want to do or need to do because we are tired. We are tired. And Jacob took a stone for a pillow to rest because he was tired. He had been running from what he had done to his brother. That's the thing, is like, he knew he was wrong. And a lot of times we know what we did was wrong. We know that it was wrong. But our pride has us in this place of, oh my God, I don't want to make it right. I don't want to apologize to them because then they're going to think I'm weak. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you're not in proximity to that person or individual anymore. Or maybe you've come to this place where I don't think it really matters. I don't think it really matters. I don't think, but if their name gets brought up, you feel all this, Well, if you're feeling all that, guess what? It still matters. It still matters. So, when I think about that Jacob took a stone, stones are comprised of or made from minerals, the earth's minerals, that over time it's layers and layers and layers of minerals that get compacted together. That's what stones are. That's what rocks are. It's minerals from the earth that are compacted and compacted and compacted and compacted and compacted over time. And the bigger the stone, the longer those minerals over time have had to be compacted and compacted and compacted. Now, see, when I think about Jacob and this stone, those minerals come from the earth. Earth, that's us. People, we come from the earth. We come from the earth. So when you think about what a stone is, you could relate those minerals to people. And over time, how they have said things and done things. And it has compacted and added layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of either unforgiveness or just layers and layers of you not being able to find yourself in identity because you're lost in all the layers. You have gotten lost in all the layers. And so it's a hard place. A stone is hard. It's a hard place. And your thoughts, the things that you think about yourself, the things that you think about others, the way you let other people do you, and how they made you feel, and how you kept going back and you didn't know why. And then all of a sudden you found yourself in this space and in this place where you're like, oh my God, I can't even sleep at night because of the stone that I have to lay my head on. So all these layers and layers and layers of minerals that come together. Now, something else that I found really interesting. A pearl, that's something that is very valuable. But it starts with an irritation, a mineral, a grain of sand getting inside of an oyster. And the oyster begins to recognize, I don't like the way that made me feel. I don't like this. And so the oyster begins to excrete a substance from its body, from its muscles. That it begins to excrete this little substance. And that substance creates a layer over that irritant. And so you have layers and layers and layers and layers that begin to be formed over this irritant. In the middle of that pearl is a grain of sand. So something that started out as an irritation becomes very valuable. Sometimes people come into our lives and rub us wrong. They irritate us, and we really don't know what to do with that. And so our identity begins to be shaped by their irritation in our lives. Now, we can either begin to act like a pearl and begin to form these layers around that irritant. So what does that look like? That looks like you not embracing what they're saying about you and saying, this is the truth about me. Especially when you know you're not those things. Now let's flip it a little bit. because Jacob was running because he knew what he did. He knew what he did. He was like, "Oh God, he gonna get me. He gonna kill me. Oh my God, he coming for me." Jacob was running. Now here's the thing, because what he did was actually the truth. Esau was after him, not over a lie, but it was the truth. And yet, this dude was able to find somewhere to lay down and go to sleep. He went to sleep. So, have people said things about you? Or have you said some things about yourself? Like, I'm not enough. I wish that things could have been different. I wish I had left sooner. I wish that I hadn't said what I said because I was just mad when I said it and now it's a big deal. Or maybe it's just that you have not learned to love who you really are. That you're constantly trying to be somebody else and not be you. So in dealing with identity, it's not just about embracing who you are, but it is also about releasing who other people say that you are. Releasing negative thoughts, releasing those untruths, and releasing anything that's going to stop you from being better. Because as we started in the beginning, we know that Jacob's life started out. He was a trickster. Deception was what he was doing. But I say this, it's not about how you started, but it's about how you finish. It's about how you finish. Sometimes life doesn't always deal us a hand that allows us a leg up, or we don't have that start. We don't have that head start like everybody else. Or, we're born into poverty, or we're born into a family where there's abuse present, or we're born into situations where maybe it's a single parent home, or you're not even with your parents. Maybe you're born into a situation where you are a foster child, or maybe you ended up having to live with your aunt or a grandma or something. So you're looking at all of these things, and your life as you go, you're like trying to figure out who you are, all of those things. Yes, Auntie Linda, you can lose your identity by not forgiving. Even grudges, which will cause restless nights where you can't sleep. Yes, I know this to be true. I am not a person that likes to hold on to stuff. That's just who I am. I'm like, yeah. But I do know that when I am holding on to stuff, I will, like if a name is brought up, I'll check myself and be like, ooh. Because like somebody's name be brought up and I'll be like, so that right there, if you doing that every time somebody's name get brought up and you need to probably revisit that, or maybe you just need to let it go. Let it go. Release it. So, in kind of wrapping up this whole identity thing, because I want to hear from you guys. Some of you are already, posting some comments, and some things are rolling around in your head as well in regards to identity. Resting thoughts. See, those things, Jacob was so unbothered. This dude went to sleep. He went to sleep. And when you can sleep, when you can rest, you can dream. You can dream. what an amazing like feeling to be able to come into that space and to be able to release things enough to go sleep and dream, like have dreams about who you want to be, what you want to accomplish, just being able to move forward in that. Now I can dream. Now I can have a vision. I can fulfill what it is in my life, my purpose. Auntie Zella said, when a name no longer bothers you, you know you've forgiven that person. That is very true. Now I'm going to share something very personal with you guys. Some of you, you know my story. You know where I've been and where I'm going. I was very blessed to be raised in a home where there was a lot of love. There was a lot of love in our home. And one of the things foundationally for me was we went to church all the time. Well, I was a part of a church for 18 years of my life, and played music in that church, sang in that church, and that was a part of who I was. It helped to shape me. It really did. And so I moved away to Spokane, and living here in the Pacific Northwest, and I was part of a church again, and I loved playing the music, doing all the stuff that I was doing there at that church. And we would have prayer in our sanctuary, or the fellowship area of the church. It was back in there. So we would have prayer back there, and oftentimes for me, when I pray, I will have my Bible with me, because I'll be led to pray, a scripture. I'll pray the word. So I had this habit of writing in my Bible of like who had spoke, like who had ministered the sermon or whatever, and the date and notes and all this stuff. That's what was in the margins of my Bible. Well, I was back there one day praying, and I opened up my Bible, and I looked down, and I saw an individual's name, and I was like, ooh. And I grabbed a pen and I marked it out. I just scribbled it out. And then I started flipping through the pages of my Bible and scribbling every time. It was like, my God, my Bible was full of this individual's name. Like, oh my gosh, just scribbling out their name. And I turned the page like a couple more times, doing the same thing. And I felt a chick, like right here, like, oh my God. You don't need to be doing that. Now, this has been probably, oh my goodness, 15 years ago that this happened. 15 years or so. And I stopped scribbling that name out. Because I began to realize something. Had that individual not have shown those things to me and walked with me through some of those things that they were sharing with me were foundational principles. They were what values that I began to hold on to and how I live my life. And those things were values that I held that my husband, he loved. And it was that was one of the things that like drew him to me, is because, of the values that I had. So I stopped scribbling that name out, and I started thanking God for them. I started being like, well, you know what? Wherever they are, just be with them. Love on them today, because you've loved on me, so go love on them today. Yes, that was hard. But once I did that, I began to notice I could talk about this individual and it not be in a way that I wasn't condemning them. It wasn't a condemning conversation, and it wasn't a conversation like, my God, I wish the earth would tilt and they would fall off. I wasn't saying that no more. It was like, I'm glad that God used them. And even the people in your life that have maybe said some stuff or did some things, it could be that they're just being used, that they are a grain of sand, just a little irritant in your life right now. But over time, it will become a pearl. Over time, that stone will become a pillow, and you will be able to rest. So, who do you say that you are? Who do you say that you are? I look at myself in the mirror sometimes and I'm like, my God. Because I know me, you know. And man, sometimes it's hard to look in the mirror and say nice things about myself. But I know that I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm loved. There's so many things about me that are good. There are so many things about me that are good. And so I just want to hear from you guys over the next couple of minutes before I jump into the swag shout out. Has any of this resonated with you today? My sister said I needed to hear this today. Yes. In regards to identity, has any of this resonated with you today? And being able to take a step back now, before you go to bed tonight, to be able to look at that thing or think about that thing that's been keeping you up. That's been keeping you up. And to be able to turn it in a way to where now it is a resting thought. It is a place where now you can lay your head on it and it don't bother you. It don't bother you anymore. You can rest on that. You can dream. I'm dreaming. These things don't bother me no more. As a matter of fact, I let it go so long ago. Now, you know, I allowed space. Letting that go allows space for dreams. So now I'm dreaming at night. I'm dreaming about what I'm gonna do with swag. I'm dreaming about what I'm gonna do with this other stuff I got going on. All these things. Resting thoughts. Your identity. Who you think you are. How you define yourself. What makes you you. That's what's beautiful. That's what's important. Talk back to me. Yes. And Joe said it has resonated with her. How many of you out there are struggling with thoughts that are keeping you up and you're not able to rest? Just being in that space of not being able to let things go. And sometimes this is what I realized about letting things go. When I let something go, my hands are free to pick up something else. When I let things go, my hands are free and then I can pick up something else. But as long as I'm holding on to it, man, I get tired of holding on to stuff. Let it go. Release it so that you can pick up something else that's good for you, that's healthy, that's not as heavy. And what's so crazy about like not letting people go and not being able to forgive and allowing the things that they say like be stuck right here in your head and you can't rest at night. What's so crazy about all of that is the person that said it or the person that did it, they're probably asleep. They're probably asleep. Um, and even if you feel like the things that you say about yourself, the way you feel about yourself, um, last week we did an acrostic poem. That would be a good place for you to start. So take a letter of your name and write an affirming word to match each letter of your name. Yes. Last week we did Linda. We're not doing an acrostic poem today, but I did want it to take some time and just, have this. I wanted this right here today. I see you, you see me. We're going to be real. Let's just say what we got to say. That's why my co-host is not here. Michaela is not here, but we're still having swag at home. Identity is important. It's very important. So I'm going to do the swag shout out. Oh, yes. Swag shout out. Today we are shouting out my Aunt Wilma. Yes, round of applause. Because she is amazing. I remember when I was a little girl, my Aunt Wilma would write songs. And I used to go over to her house and play the keyboard and play songs for her. And I remember a song that she wrote years. I was very young when she wrote this song. But I just remember in this song it said, when the wind blows and the waves they roll, keep your eyes on Jesus. Keep your eyes on the Lord. I remember her writing that and singing it and me playing it for her. And it was one of my favorite songs to hear of hers. I have, just some really vivid memories being there in that room with her and the presence of God. I was very young, but I remember that, like, the presence of God being in there. And it was just an amazing thing. She's a phenomenal singer. She's an amazing mother. So we're going to do her swag shout out survey questions. Yes. Here we go. So we sent to her these questions and this is how she answered. What have you learned about yourself in the past 30 days? She said, I've learned that I can be patient during this time of the coronavirus. Question 2, what movie or TV show could you watch over and over? She said, Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. Yes. Victor Newman. I don't even watch Y&R anymore. I used to watch Y&R all the time. But I don't watch it no more. I'm too busy doing stuff. But my mom watches it. And I always ask her, is Victor still alive? Is Victor Newman still alive? As long as Victor Newman is still alive, I'm okay. Question 3 is, are you a morning person or a night owl? And she said, I go to bed around 11 or 12, get up around 8. So I guess I'm in between. That seems to be a pattern with these sisters. Y'all like to stay up late and get up early. Question 4 is, at whose table would you like to be a dinner guest? And she said, my sisters, and they watching right now. Y'all listen up, because when this coronavirus is over, she wants to be a dinner guest at your table. She said, my sisters, Joella and Corrine, because they can really cook. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Question 5, what's one thing that makes you proud of yourself? And she said, the wonderful children I have, being a mother. So, Aunt Wilma, we are shouting you out today for your dedication to success and greatness. You are great. You are a great woman, and I love you so much. I love all of you for being here today. Really quickly before we end our time here. Some of you have been reaching out. Well, a lot of you have been reaching out in regards to two things. One is, how can I help with the swag bags and things like that? There is a link on our Facebook page that takes you to the young lady, Jessica McLeish, who is coordinating all of that. She's coordinating all of that in the community, so you can get connected that way. And just, it's on our Facebook page. And then the second thing is, I know there was another thing. I can't remember. It was the connecting with it. Oh, I know what the second thing is. Several of you have inboxed me and emailed me and was like, I love swag online and I love the lives, but I can't get on at that time because I'm either working or something, whatever it might be. Well, I have something special for you. This Saturday, swag will be doing a Mother's Day special, and it is me and my mom. We will be live. We're doing swag. It's still part of our Swag at Home series, but we will be live on Saturday at 6 p.m. So you will be able to watch then. If you miss these 1 p.m., I know it's in the middle of the day, but we will be live on Saturday. We'll be doing a Mother's Day special, so you guys will be able to see me and my special guest, which is my mother. She will be here on Saturday. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to have swag.